Thinking of moving to North America? You might only think of the USA as a destination, but there might be another alternative on the great continent. Canada, perhaps. Sure, Eddie Murphy never made a movie called Coming to Canada, but it's an option worth exploring. Canada is more than just the USA's polite upstairs neighbor. It's a viable alternative to study in and/or immigrate to. Both countries have their own pros and cons, and either might appeal to you more. The immigration process is long, arduous, and confusing no matter where you try to move. There are reasons immigration lawyers exist. This video is not going to tell you everything you need to know, but hopefully it can at least help you decide if and where you want to apply. Studying. If you are coming to either country to study, it is important to understand how the different education systems work. In Canada, most universities are public institutions, not so in the United States. What the US call colleges and universities are exclusively universities in Canada. Universities grant degrees, while college mostly grants certificates or diplomas. While both countries have student visa requirements, Canada has a prior step, getting a study permit. The good news is, getting a study permit automatically grants the student a visa as well. The US offers 3 types of visas. The F1 is for those seeking a degree. The M1 covers non-academic programs like trade schools. Lastly, the J1 is for shorter-term programs like student exchanges or internships. Confused yet? The first step in either country is being accepted in by a school. Canada subsidizes post-secondary education for residents. For others, rates can be far higher. So, while the numbers for student debt, US median is over $19,000 USD, while Canada is closer to $14,000, and tuition look good, the fact is, it won't make as large a difference as it first appears. Once you do get into study, be sure to follow every rule to the letter, or risk a revoked visa. A revoked visa means a quick trip home because, as Genesis said, it's not fun being an illegal alien. Canada has restrictions on if and where a person can work while going to school. Failure to follow those rules to the letter is one of those things that can get you booted. The US's restrictions are even more stringent. Most students may only work in their designated field of study, although exceptions can be made for special situations such as severe economic hardship or special student relief. Residency. Thinking of staying after your studies conclude? Both countries have processes to allow this to happen, and much of getting in involves where your skills lie. Part of Canada's immigration system is the use of the National Occupation Classification (NOC) codes. According to Canada's official government website, NOCs can be broken down as follows. Skill Type 0 – management jobs. Skill Level A – professional jobs that usually call for a degree from a university. Skill Level B – technical jobs and skilled trades that usually call for a college diploma or training as an apprentice. Skill Level C – intermediate jobs that usually call for high school and/or job-specific training. Skill Level D – labor jobs that usually provide on-the-job training. The US has 5 categories of skills as well. First preference is for people of extraordinary ability in the sciences, arts, education, business, or athletics, outstanding professors or researchers, and multinational executives and managers. Second preference is for people in a profession that requires holding advanced degrees or for people with exceptional ability in the arts, sciences, or business. You'll most likely need labor certification. Third comes professionals, skilled workers, and other workers. There is a whole page dedicated to what that means, so best check it out. Link in the description below. With no work at all, you'll need a labor certification here too. Fourth preference. This preference is reserved for special immigrants, which includes certain religious workers, employees of US Foreign Service posts, retired employees of international organizations, non-citizen minors who are wards of courts in the United States, and other classes of non-citizens. Last comes business investors who invest $1.8 million or $900,000 if the investment is made in a targeted employment area, in a new commercial enterprise that employs at least 10 full-time US workers. As would be expected, permanent residents cannot vote. To do that requires citizenship. Both countries readily accept applications for citizenship. In Canada, one must be a permanent resident first, remain in Canada for 3 of the past 5 years, have filed taxes at least once, demonstrate language skills in one of the 2 official languages, English or French, then pass a citizenship test. The US usually requires having a permanent resident card, aka green card, for at least 5 years, though spouses of US citizens require only 3. Applicants must be at least 18 and able to read, write, and speak basic English. Following that, there is still a 10-step naturalization process. Link in the description below. It involves an interview and reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. Canada has a similar pledge, which also involves swearing to the reigning monarch of the Commonwealth, currently Queen Elizabeth II, who is the official head of state for Canada. The US website also includes the nebulous phrase, "be of good moral character," as part of its requirements. Work. So, what if you want to find a job in either country? Canada tends to have higher average salaries, $54,000 USD to $94,000 USD, but higher unemployment, 4.9% versus 3.6% in the US. According to the website Numbeo, cost of living in Canada is, on average, 0.78% lower than in the United States. The average rent in Canada is also 24.12% lower than in the United States. Canada ranks 14th in the world in terms of most expensive countries to live. The US sits at 8th. Canadians pay higher taxes than Americans. However, a range of government services are available to Canadians which are not in the USA. The most important of these is public health care. Canadians do not pay for health care directly. Instead, each province, the Canadian equivalent of a state, collects tax dollars to fund health care. Prescriptions, eye care, dental, and cosmetic surgery, and some other services are not covered in all provinces. Safety and security. In Canada, there were 743 recorded murders in 2020. This compares to since 2000, there have been 9 mass shootings in Canada. The US also has a much higher incarceration rate. Part of this can be laid at the feet of Canada's stricter gun control, but marijuana is legal in Canada, which reduces the rate of people jailed for minor drug possession charges. Neither country, however, is free of racism. However, the issue seems to be a lot more pronounced in the US. Non-Caucasian immigrants will have to deal with this issue no matter where they settle. There is no right answer when choosing between the US and Canada. It may come down to how you feel about cold weather or any number of other factors. Weigh your options carefully because the experiences will be different. Good luck finding the right one.